of Wirecast.
Hey, how's it going, everyone? This is Cole. I am actually starting this series. You all voted for Evangelion, and what I'm basically going to do is I'm going to not so much as review the series, although I do highly recommend the videos by Douchebag Chocolate and Digibro on the artistic side of Neon Genesis Evangelion. However, I'm going to be looking at the more political foundations of Neon Genesis Evangelion. And the way that I'm framing this is as this series is going to be all the anime series that you need to watch in order to have a complete, ideological, you know, viewpoint. You need to have this foundational experience in order to have an absolutely complete understanding of ideas. Now, obviously, there's other means of doing this, but this is the easiest way to do it, and you can also have some entertainment while watching this. Now, I'm going to start it in the background, and you can listen to the theme song. I'm going to try to talk through most of it. However, during some parts I may be silent just because I have nothing to say or anything like that, but I'm going to be watching this along with you and going through, as I said, the various political points that you need to be looking at during this.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
And of course, this is a very nice theme song. It right off the bat, I don't like the interpretation that Bennett the Sage gives from an artistic point of view, that it was starting out as a Monster of the Day series and that it was all it was supposed to be. I mean, if you watch this opening, you can clearly tell that it was supposed to have a deeper meaning and not just to be just entertainment behind it. And the main point of the series, the big overarching theme about it, is relationships. What's humanity's relationship to itself, individual humans' relationships to one another, what's humanity's relationship to God, their humanity to creations, etc. I mean, that is basically one of the foundations of politics, is the relationships of humans to systems and one another. This happened in 2015, 90s.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
And the angels, I don't know, just something about their feet always kind of look goofy, these types of angels, that is. I think it was the first and the fourth, the one that splits.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
Damn! Why did I have to lose him at a time like this? Why now?
We're sorry. Due to the state of special emergency, no lines are currently available. This is a recording.
It's no use. This is dumb. I shouldn't have come here. I guess we won't be
This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
Thanks for the arrow. And we get our very first kind of, it's not quite foreshadowing, but just a hint to the theme. And I will be doing a lot of spoilers during this whole series. As we know, Rei is represented both as a homunculus of Shinji's mother, and also in some ways a kind of a representation of God in a way. Not exactly in omnipotence, but omnipresence. This little flash is basically a kind of showing of the omnipotence that is going to come during the end of the series. Such great music and sound design.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
Like I said, just the way its feet are, and it just seems kind of silly to me. It's an artistic thing, not a political thing.
Am I real late?
After this particular series, I'm thinking about doing Legend of the Galactic Heroes, although that one is incredibly long.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
The air defense force doesn't have enough firepower to stop it.
Fire everything we've got! Mobilize the Atsugi anti-rumor forces! Don't hold anything back! Destroy that thing at any cost!
Oh, the broken pencil cliche.
It's not possible! That was a direct hit! The tank battalion's been wiped out! Guided missiles and artillery fire seem to have
This
no
is a
effect
demonstration
at
of
all.
Wirecast.
Hit it with everything we've got, we're not even touching it!
Looks like an AT field.
Yes, conventional weapons are no match for the Angels.
I understand, sir. We'll execute backup plan at once.
Now wait a second. Oh, no! They're gonna use an N2 mine! Get down!
Get the fuck down!
This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
Well, Ikari, it looks like you won't be getting a shot at it.
Shockwave approaching.
Are you alright?
Yeah, but my mouth is full of dirt.
What caused those other two craters?
This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
Thanks, Shinji. You're pretty useful.
Thank you, but I should thank you, Miss Katsuragi.
Misado is fine.
Another theme that's done by Gainax, but is it's really exemplified in their second
We're unable to confirm.
second major series of Gurren Lagann, is this idea of self-realization and self-actualization.
Is a
And you
demonstration
can see
of Wirecast.
Shinji kind of progress along this path during the whole series. Right now, he's very introverted, very passive, very compliant, and as this will go on, we can see him actually assert himself, have his own, opinions, desires, and even an ideology and philosophy of his own. An interesting thing about the angels is, if you actually read the Bible, there are no female angels, and it's not like they're these amorphous things such as displayed here, some
Volunteer to pick him up, so it's only my duty.
some kind of
See ya.
sorry, it was a crotch shot, but anyways,
This stinks. I just had this car repaired and it's a total wreck already.
but anyways, sorry, I get a bit distracted by actually watching it, but they're actually all male.
Excuse me, Misato.
If you read the book of Genesis, first we can tell that
This is a
they are
demonstration of Wirecast.
most likely in God's images, but second, the angels also took the sons of Adam, or not the sons of Adam, but the daughters of Adam,
Gonna be perfectly fine.
and they had offspring with them, creating the Nephilim, according to Genesis.
You're no fun.
And basically,
You know, you're not as cute.
it's a very interesting thing that they're actually male.
Ooh, angry?
It's kind of showing that there is a biological sex
The boy after all.
after death. We're not just kind of...
This is a
Of course, Christ,
demonstration of
he
Wirecast.
said we don't receive or and we also won't be given marriage after death during the resurrection. But he doesn't specifically say that we'll lose our biological sex during that time.
It can upgrade its operational parameters.
And it's also getting smarter.
It should renew its attack any minute now.
The gates are now closing. Please stand clear. This is a
Nerve?
This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
And that's where my father works?
Well, yeah. You do know what he
I feel when the URN is still alive around, is still alive and kicking in 2015.
Command of this operation is being entrusted to you. Don't betray our trust.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Ikari, we've already seen that our weapons seem to have no effect on these things. That's why we're giving you a chance.
This
Okay.
is a demonstration of Wirecast.
That is why Nerve exists.
I pray you're right.
The target is still stationary.
Why do you need lowering platforms? Can't you have like stairs or a ladder?
The wind forces are exhausted. What are you going to do?
Activate Unit 1.
Activate it? But we have no pilot.
Not anymore. Another spare is being delivered.
Misato, are we going to see my father?
This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
And here is a small example of Shinji coming to deal with his heritage. Throughout the series, there isn't really any kind of racial identity of everything. It's mostly the idea of the individual
Start reading this, okay?
and personal self-actualization, not actually going the step beyond and becoming a part of an identity.
This is a demonstration.
And by the
of
way,
Wirecast.
I'm just drinking lemonade.
Letter unless you needed me for something.
Sounds like you don't get along with your dad. You sound just like me.
Huh? Awesome! It's a real geofront!
That's right. This is our secret underground base, Nerve Central. This city is the key to rebuilding our world, a fortress for all mankind.
This is a demonstration.
I don't think so. I
of
think
Wirecast.
the real fortress of mankind ought to be
What on earth?
space self-sufficiency. Basically, we need to create a space station that can permanently inhabit at least 132 people,
This place.
give or take a few dozen.
Well, don't worry about it. They make these things
That number of 132 is very important because that is the exact number that humans need
Demonstration
to
of Wirecast.
actually reproduce or repopulate the entire human species with absolutely zero incestuous effects due to inbreeding. It's a mathematical thing. But the idea is once we get self-sufficiency in space, even if we don't achieve enhanced forms of thrust, basically it doesn't matter how long the trip will take. Eventually our descendants will get to another Earth-like planet to inhabit. But even if they don't, still, the Earth is going to eventually die. This is a fact. No matter what we do, the sun will destroy the Earth eventually. Whether through a well-placed solar flare or it just going through its natural life cycle and expanding. Eventually we will either be stripped of our atmosphere from a solar flare or we will be put out of the Goldilocks zone and the Earth fried. Nothing to do with global warming. It's just a fact of astronomy.
Does it really work? It's never worked before, has it?
The possibility of activation is 0.00000000001%. Around here, we just call it the O9 system.
Does that mean it doesn't work?
Don't be insulting. It's O9, as in Oni, a Japanese devil.
Well,
Yeah.
I suppose it's a bit late to be saying sorry it doesn't work.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
Hey! Look! Why is it so dark in here?
That was a pretty good scream for the actor.
You won't find this in there.
What?
This is man's ultimate fighting machine, the synthetic life form known as Evangelion, Unit 1. Built here in secret, it is mankind's last hope.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
Father's work?
Correct. It's been a while.
I'll get in the goddamn robot, Shinji. Oh, the memes.
We're moving out.
What are these numbers reading?
But Unit Zero's still in cryostasis. Wait a minute. You're gonna use Unit 1?
There's no other way.
Now wait. Ray can't do it yet, can she? We don't have a pilot.
We just
Who dis?
received one. You're
This
serious.
is a demonstration of
Shinji
Wirecast.
Huh?
You will pilot it.
Alright.
But even Ray Ayanami took 7 months to synchronize with her Eva. It's impossible for him to do it. He just got here.
He just has to sit in the seat. We don't expect more than that.
But
Listen, defeating that angel is our ultimate priority. If we have someone who has a chance at synchronizing with an Eva, then we've got to risk it. You do understand that, don't you, Captain Katsuragi?
yes, ma'am.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
I'm sorry about the arrow.
You know why I sent for you.
Why else? We just told you.
You're asking me to take this thing and go out there and fight?
Correct.
How can you do this to me? I thought you didn't want me. Why? Why did you have to call me now, Father?
Because I have a use for you.
But why? Why me?
Because there is no one else who can.
No, I can't. I've never even seen anything like this before. There's
This
no
is a
way I
demonstration
can
of
do this.
You will be
Wirecast.
instructed.
But still,
But still.
there's no way. I can't pilot that thing.
If you're going to do it now. If not, then leave. It's close. It might sense us.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
Ah, that music.
Get inside.
Just do it.
This
Get
is
in.
all wrong. I came all this way.
No shit.
Why did I come?
Why, Shinji? Exactly why did you come here? You must
And now they're just kind of hammering in.
confront your father, and you must confront yourself.
Now they're just kind of hammering this point about self-responsibility, taking action, and the actual purpose of the individual.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
Fuyutsuki. Sir. Wake up Ray.
Can we use her?
She's not dead yet.
Throw the corpse.
Ray. Our spare is unusable. You will do it again.
Reconfigure Unit 1 system for Ray. Then activate.
Roger. Calling off current program and beginning activation. I knew it.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
No shit. You said you wouldn't do it. And why is there urine in that IV? Ooh, tits. A million lives lost.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
The Ava activated itself! It ripped right out of the right arm restraint!
No, that's not possible.
That's not possible.
Sonic, that just can't happen.
You mean it reacted without any kind of interface? Was it moving to protect something? To protect him?
This is a demonstration of
It didn't give a shit about Ray. It just let the bed fall over. Ah, I'm dying in pain. Oh shit, it's period.
I mustn't run away. I mustn't run away. I mustn't run away. I mustn't run away. I mustn't run away.
Then do it.
I'll do it. I'll pilot it.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
Process completed. Right arm repairs completed. Cage now in position for docking.
Signal plug terminator now being ejected.
Roger. Inserting entry plug.
Filling the entry plug.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
Don't worry. Once your lungs are filled with LCL, your blood will be oxygenated directly.
You'll get used to it.
Stop complaining. You're a boy, you know.
Connecting main power. All circuits transmitting.
Connecting secondary contact.
Good old Shivery.
810 nerve connection normal.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
All preliminary contacts established.
Now, you're going to see some trippy shit when we put you in this.
Synchronization ratio at 41.3%.
Amazing.
Harmonics seem to be normal. I see no disturbances.
Let's do it.
Begin launch sequence.
Beginning launch sequence. Removing primary life force. Removal confirmed. Removing the umbilical bridge.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
Removing primary restraints. Removing secondary restraints. Releasing safety locks number 1 through 15. Internal batteries fully charged. External battery outlet closed.
Roger. Move Ava Unit 1 to the launch pad.
I'm sorry I'm being very quiet during this first episode, but the more and more the series goes on, and especially with the movie, the more and more there's actual political philosophy to talk about.
Launch pad clear. All systems green.
Evangelion, ready for launch.
Understood. Can we really do this?
Of course,
Yeah, launch it.
unless we defeat the angels, we have no future.
Ikari, are you absolutely certain?
Ava launch!
Yeah, that doesn't actually make sense with their plan.
Demonstration of Wirecast.
I mean, with Ikari's plan, why can't he just merge Lilith with Rey right now? I mean, what's he waiting for?
Shinji, don't get killed out there.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
Alright, and that has been the first episode. I'm sorry I didn't get to talk about very much, in-depth political philosophy, but it'll pick up, I promise, during the entire series. In the comments also, I would love it if you recommended the next series to do. If I don't really get a consensus or anything I think is good, I don't really want to do Gurren Lagann because I think its themes are pretty... They're pretty standard. They're pretty upfront, pretty bold, pretty, easy to just talk about. Evangelion, I think, is a bit more in-depth and subtle about it, and very dense, especially towards the end. So I'm not going to do Gurren Lagann. Maybe Kill la Kill, but I'm thinking for the next series, I'm thinking Legend of the Galactic Heroes. Someone recommended, Ergo Proxy, but I haven't seen that yet, so I can't really give a
demonstration of
good, how can I put this? Not a review, but I can't really review the series. I can't tell if the series actually has in-depth political philosophy in it. Otherwise, it looks like I'm gonna do Legend of the Galactic Heroes after Evangelion. For these, I'm looking to maybe do one a day. At the very least, I want to try to do one every other day. So hopefully this series will be done hopefully by the middle of next month, middle of March. And then I can start on Legend of Galactic Heroes, which has like 130 episodes, and that is going to be quite long, but that is a lot more political and has a lot more political density in it, since it's kind of, a political space opera. And so that is going to be everything for this episode. Thank you all for watching. I'm going to be still writing on my WordPress, col.wordpress.com, colcol.wordpress.com, and I'm also going to be talking on Twitter, of course, and I might also upload a few other things, but for the most part, this is going to be my main internet project for now. I have a secret project I'm working on, but you can't know about that. It's too secret. It's very secret. So yeah, until tomorrow, guys. I'll see ya. Unless you want to contact me on Twitter, then you can see me whenever you want. See ya!